back once again for the next episode of A Conversation with Kely. Right off the bat, I do want to say I know we're a little behind on some things. We do need to finish our Claim to Fame podcast. We have the last 2 episodes to talk about. We do have that in the pipipeline very soon.
And we also have our PLL season review we want to do for the Original Sin. We want to do HSM the Musical List Series Season 3.
Yeah, and then of course we're going to do, because it is ending and we both have been catching up on this season, we're going to do a little overview of Big Brother 24. I'm just going to warn y'all, that's probably going to be a very long video because there's a lot to talk about. But
whenever we're caught up, of course.
We do want to be, I'm getting there. I just got past like the split house week. So like I'm on the week that Kyle goes. So I'm getting there for sure. But with that being said, there was something that occurred to us when we were going to do those podcasts. We thought, oh shit, there's something that premieres tomorrow that we haven't done like any preseason coverage for. We haven't talked about this in any way. We haven't discussed what our thoughts were going to be on this season. So we probably should do a video about Survivor 43, right? That's probably a good idea. But before we get into that though, of course I am here with my lovely and beautiful co-host Allie. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Just been working a lot this week, but I'm excited about this season. Like, I'm hoping this cast is good. Like, I haven't looked through the whole cast, but from what I saw, I'm really excited, and I'm excited to like look through everyone's bios and just like I hope it's a good season because like the last 2 were really good.
41 had a good cast, but I think bad execution to where I think if I had to grade that season now, I'd probably give it like a C+. Like, I don't think it's really that great of a season. Very great winner, but not the most great winner, but not a very satisfying edit. Overall, season 4, Survivor 42, though, is one of the best seasons of reality TV I've seen in a long time, though. I was so impressed with how that season turned out. We had one of the best winners. I drafted the winner pick as our first pick, and then she ended up winning the entire fucking thing. So I was very happy about that. So hopefully that trend.
Wasn't that in the couples draft?
Yes, we did draft Marianne first.
Also, we will be doing a couples draft, but
yes,
just because like based on like scheduling and stuff, we're just gonna do the triple date draft. Just like we're gonna post it on Twitter, so we're just doing the assessment, just us today.
Yeah, we were originally going to do a draft for this one, as we typically do, but unfortunately, everyone was really busy. We couldn't get everybody on, and obviously, due to the fact that it literally premieres tomorrow, we cannot reschedule in any way. So what I said was, that's fine. Allie and I will just do a cast assessment, which honestly I prefer because I have not really taken the time to look at this cast all that much. I just really haven't had the time to do so. I've been so busy with work and catching up on other stuff. I've not had any time to really like take a look at this cast at length and like really figure out my feelings on them. And I don't really want to draft anyone until I know for sure like these are the people that like I really am looking forward to seeing how they do and that I think are going to do really well. So like I think this is probably the best way to do it. So what we're going to do is like we're going to do the cast assessment here, and then the draft I'll just on our Twitter, I'll post like a tier list thing that we do whenever we come up with that. It'll be some time before the premiere tomorrow. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on for too long as I normally do. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So you said you've only looked at a couple members of this cast before?
Yeah, I saw a few.
All right. Well, let's go to our good friends at Parade. I say our good friends like we know them. We don't know these people, but like Parade is a very, very reliable site that I always use for this. So
I mean, we could also just do a Kely draft for this one.
I mean, we could, maybe at the end if you wanted to.
Yeah, maybe. It's up to you. I'm fine with whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into the cast here. So it goes by tribes with this one, which I think is interesting. So we start off with the Baka tribe, which is Elizabeth, Mike, Moira, I think is how you pronounce her name.
I think it's Mariah, but I'm not sure.
Moira, I'm not actually. Yeah, Mariah actually makes more sense because of the way it's spelled. Mariah, Owen, Janine, and Sammy. We start off here with Elizabeth, and She fell in love with Survivor after a friend in grad school compared her to Michelle Fitzgerald, and she hopes that her work as a clinical psychologist will see her get similar success. Specializing in working through PTSD with veterans, she believes her skills as a connector are going to help her get through the 26-day battle she's about to enter. She's asked about her favorite hobbies, which are rock climbing, skiing, karaoke at dive bars. She's 31, by the way. I did forget to say that. And she's from Salt Lake City, Utah. So shout out to Henry.
Shout out to Henry.
But favorite hobbies, I already read that. 3 words to describe herself are clever, perceptive, and authentic. Pet peeves are really the only way someone can earn a spot on her bad side is being inconsiderate or intentionally hurtful to others. She cares a lot about social injustice and discrimination, and this can really make her blood boil, but she's always going to speak up when she observes it, even if it gets her into trouble, which I like that a lot.
Me too.
Something she's very proud of is her persistence in education despite challenges. When it came to apply for college, her high school advisor told her that she would not be wasting time and money if she enrolled, but had a deep desire to study psychology that she could work towards, and she ended up getting accepted for a program with lower GPAs and more standardized test scores. And she wanted to help families that were in like hers that were impacted by addiction. And eventually she had to make A's in all her classes. And after meeting this requirement, she realized how good it felt to do well in school, show up to her class, and try hard at things that were challenging. And so she graduated college early with a really good GPA and proceeded to earn 4.0 GPA, which is very impressive. Something people wouldn't know looking at her is that she's very creative and artsy. She loves to write, paint, and learn new crafts when she has time for it. Her hero is her abuelos, or her maternal grandparents. Her past, when she's asked about past Survivor players, she says she thinks she plays most like Kim Spradlin because she has a natural ability to lead a group in the end in the same way that Kim Spradlin did. And then this one you'll like. She says Kely Wentworth is an example of how she plays if she finds herself in the same, if she finds herself without such luck, because she's very scrappy and crafty. And she can see herself playing a social and strategic game like Suri. And then she also...
Suri.
Yes, because people see her as caring and nurturing, so she will be afforded more room to subtly manipulate and push for her best interests. And she also feels like she play and grow in the same way that Sarah Lacina did across her seasons. Hopefully it's based on her gameplay and not based on other things, because we don't really like Sarah Lacina these days. Yeah, she believes she can win Survivor basically based on her natural social skills and cutthroat strategy. People are going to trust, share information, and be disarmed by her, which will make her dangerous. She will come into the game with her understanding that Survivor is a world with a different set of social norms, so her mindset will shift away from psychologist ethics and towards Survivor ethics, and she'll outplay with her natural competitiveness. And in this new era, advantages are key, so she will hustle hard to find and use advantage to keep herself alive, which I think that's something we're going to hear a lot about. Obviously, now knowing how people win advantages, I think we're going to see a lot more of people trying to find them throughout the season. So I think that's something that we'll definitely talk a little bit more about. But getting back to her, she says that she will outlast by moving towards smaller goals that will motivate her along the way. She'll know when to strike and when to lay low. She'll be sneaky when she has to be and transparent when it's beneficial, and she will adapt with this game. I like her a lot. I think that she has a lot of potential to do well in this game. I think that she seems like she's someone that is really going to bond well with people. She has very good like social skills and seems very like able to adapt to her surroundings. Like I feel like she has a lot of different like interests and things like that when it comes to art and writing and all that stuff. But also her story is one that I think a lot of people are just really going to latch onto. The fact that she is this psychology major and she had this family that, was deep in addiction, and it kind of impacted her for a bit, but she ended up getting there and she wants to kind of tell that story for other people. And I can see her being very like inspiring in that way. So yeah, I like her quite a bit. I think she definitely has what it takes to do fairly well in this game. I like her. I think she's going to do well. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like her too. Like, apparently she goes by Ellie.
Oh, okay.
Well, according to her.
Oh, yes, it does say Ellie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she definitely just seems very like caring and nurturing, like it says. and she'll probably just be someone who like people go to for advice and just like goes to for anything, like just when they need someone to talk to. I feel like she's going to be someone easy to talk to.
Yeah.
And someone easy to get along with. And I can see her being a very social person. Like you said, I echo that she has those social skills, but she also seems very strategic and like, yeah, very adaptable, and like I can see her being very calculated. So she could possibly win, but I definitely see her making it far. Like I definitely see her making at least jury.
Yeah, definitely. So I think she's going to do really well. I think she has a lot of potential. Is there anything else we want to say about Ellie in this game before we move on to the next person?
I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, so you're going to talk about the next person here, who is Janine. I just sent you the link, so you don't have to read off the screen, and you can read on your own. Janine is the next person we're
talking about.
I'm
just reading it on here.
Okay, so
yeah.
Talk about the next person here, Janine.
Janine Zhang.
Yes.
UX designer Janine Zhang is ready to navigate a different web out on the island. The 24-year-old comes to the game to make both her and her father's dreams come true. Having watched this show together through the years, and while she's excited about the looseness and unpredictability the new era provides, she hopes her resume of high achievement will lead to yet another hard-earned success in her life. She's 24, from South Hamilton, Massachusetts. She currently resides in San Francisco, California, and she is a UX designer.
Okay.
Her hobbies are backpacking, bonus points if it leads to sleeping under the stars, photography, and running.
Okay.
So she likes. So yeah, she's very like artsy and active. Yeah. Artsy and physical.
Very outdoorsy.
3 words to describe you: green, both in that I absorb all new experiences and information around me, and an M, environmentally conscious, empathetic, and witty. Pet peeves: being mansplained to people on their phones while you're hanging out. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What is the accomplishment you are most proud of? The body of work that I am most proud of is my senior thesis, which bridged my 2 majors of environmental science and visual arts. They are 2 departments that have never worked together as a double major, and it took a lot of initiative to create my own syllabus and the thesis which addresses both. The thesis is a true reflection of me, of my equal passions in sustainability and art. I like her so far. She seems pretty cool.
Oh, I need to scroll back down.
What is something we would never know from looking at you? People often assume I'm extroverted because I'm very effusive and engaged, especially when meeting someone for the first time. But I'm definitely an introvert and need time alone to recharge. And her hero, her father, because he paved the way for her family and our life as we know it. He grew up as a sweet potato farmer in the impoverished countryside of China. He eventually came to the United States, completed his PhD in genetics, and now creates biotechnologies to increase yields for those very crops. To say I admire his tenacity, discipline, and work ethic is an understatement. And then past survivor player she wants to play like Kim Spradlin. She has the ability to control the game based on her interpersonal relationships, convincing everyone on the tribe that they could trust her. She straddled the perfect balance of executing a huge game moves without being pegged as the mastermind, and is feminism at its finest. Also, Andrea Belkey, love her, because she is outdoorsy, carry her weight, and manipulate people while staying likable.
Hearing a lot of Kim Spradlin.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know it's only 2 people, but like
I love her saying Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pronounced Belkey. That's how her last name's spelled.
Right.
And then, why do you believe you can be the sole survivor? Given the evolution of the game, I see the winner as having to sit between multiple trust clusters and have the institution to know when to rely on, which at any given moment. I can sit in that position, I can create relationships with people from completely different backgrounds, and juggle the nuances of my different alliances.
Nuances.
Yeah, nuances. My athleticism and outdoor experience give me the ability to outlast, but I see my real strong suit in the outwit portion. I can read social dynamics easily, which will allow me to be ahead of the curve in terms of moves. I'll make my own moves so that at Final Tribal Council there will be no question of whether or not I played actively and assertively.
So what do you think?
What do you think of her?
I like her. I think the one thing that I definitely get the vibe of is that she seems very outdoorsy. So she seems very much like prone to dealing with, the experience of Survivor. She has a really good story in which she knows the show. She watched a lot with like her grandfather and things like that. She says that she has like very good intuition and that she is somebody that is, really going to know when to rely on and things like that. And that, how she talks about creating relationships with people from like different backgrounds. So she does seem like someone that kind of fits every single category. She didn't talk a lot about her strategy and like what she really plans to do in the game, but I can see her doing pretty well. I don't know how far exactly she's going to get, but I think she is going to do really well. I don't think she necessarily blew me away with any of her answers, but I do think that she does have a really good chance of doing well in this game.
Yeah. I agree with you there. Like, I do really like her, but I don't know how far she's gonna make it. Like,
Yeah.
I see her being very strategic. I see that being her strong suit, but I can see it either being very good, like where she gets really far with that, or it hurts her. Like maybe she's too strategic that it like hurts her, and they like start figuring out her game and they go for her. I don't see her being first boot. I see her like
No.
maybe like right before merge or like right at merge. Like I can see her being kind of like a merge boot maybe. But like I do like her. She seems very cool, seems chill, and I like her vibe. I'm excited to see her play.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's all we want to say about Janine. Going to move on, switching gears entirely to this guy, Mike Gabler. So we see here, it's unknown if he has the most heart out of the Survivor 43 cast. I'm going to stop reading this part because it basically just sums up what's down here. So I don't think it's necessary to read. But basically, he's 52 years old. He's from Houston, Texas. He currently resides in Meriden, Idaho.
I think it's Meridian.
What did I say?
It's what is Houston like? Meridian?
Oh, okay. Whatever.
I think it's Meridian, but I don't know.
Meridian. Well, I'm sure we'll hear about it tomorrow.
Who knows?
But he's a heart valve specialist. I apologize for those that are resided within Meriden or Meridian if we are pronouncing it wrong. We suck. I am sorry. Favorite hobbies include camping, hunting, fishing, and skiing. 3 words to describe himself: intense, energetic, and fun. Pet peeve is unfairness and men in skinny jeans, which is very, very specific. That's not something that I would have really expected for him to say. Accomplishment that he's most proud of, he says his family, that it has not been easy, that life is very busy, life is hard, but through hard work, dedication, and love, he stayed together, overcome obstacles, and are strong. What is something we never know from looking at him is that he actually enjoys time alone while he's very social. He's also more sensitive than most people think. His hero is his father because he's there for them. He's a Green Beret and like is a patriot. Which past survivor will he play the game like the most? He, of course, says Sandra. She was always in the right place at the right time. She had phenomenal strategies and gameplay. And when he's asked why does he believe he can be the sole survivor, all he says is yes. So
okay, I'm dying. I love it. It says, why do you believe you can be sole survivor? He's just like, yes.
Yeah, I think he thought I think he was like, so what I get from this, I don't think this guy is like unintelligent or anything. I don't think that's what this is, because I don't think this is one of those instances where this guy just gave a bunch of brief answers. I think from what I'm getting here, he was just so excited to like play the game that he didn't realize what people were asking him. So I think he thought they said, why do you believe you can be the sole survivor? And he said yes.
I think that's what it was.
I don't have much to say about Mike. I don't know how he's really going to do. I don't think he's going to do well as Mike from last season. I'll say that right now. I don't see him doing quite as well. I also don't know how much this guy is just going to fit in with everyone else. He's a lot older than the majority of the cast we've
Honestly,
seen so
I love
far.
his hat. Iconic, yes.
Oh, I do too. I like the hat. I like the I like the hat. I like the beard.
You
Like,
know what? Let's just call him the Hat King.
the very brief answers are honestly very humorous to me.
Yes.
It's really just going to come down to like, can this guy get far? Is this going to be his entire game? Is he just going to be like a man of very few words? He also talks about how like he likes to be alone a lot, and I don't know if that's really going to work out well for him. I don't know. I really don't know how he's going to do. Like, his answers didn't really give me enough to gauge a response on, like, to gauge how he's going to do in the game. So I'm just very conflicted. Like, on one hand, he seems kind of iconic because of his very like brief answers and things like that. But on the other hand, like, I just don't know how he's going to fit in with like the general makeup of this cast, because the majority we've seen so far are skewing pretty young. This guy is the oldest person that we've looked at so far. And while I don't think that's necessarily going to be a hindrance, I just don't know how well he's going to fit in with everyone else. So I'm not really sure how he's going to do. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, he does seem kind of iconic, and he seems like fun. Like,
I think he's gonna be very fun in like confessionals.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like he's very smiley in his picture, so I feel like he's gonna be like the nice guy, and just like people just get along with him very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like with the time alone thing, I do feel it could hurt him, but it could also work out for him. Who knows? Like, kind of like Janine, like he could be very hit or miss in the game. Like he could go really far, or like really far, like, or like early merge, or really early. He doesn't give me first boot vibes.
No.
I definitely see him being fun in confessionals.
Well, like, actually, I don't know. I could see a world where this guy gets first boot. I feel like he could be
maybe. We'll see. Off. Like, he doesn't give me first boot vibes, but I mean, maybe. We'll see.
But also look at his tribe and like the people that we've looked at so far.
That's true.
So I don't know.
But yeah, he seems kind of iconic. Like, I feel like he's going to be very humorous. I feel like he's going to have that sense of humor that everyone just loves and vibes with. Like, but yeah, we'll see. I'm excited.
Yeah, so I think that's all we need to say about Mike. Moving on to one of the only people that I've seen anything of in terms of this cast. We're going to go ahead and talk about Mariah.
Yes.
Allie, I know you're excited to talk about her, so go right ahead.
All right.
You do not have to read this top part because, again, it's just summing up what's at the bottom.
Right. Mariah is 28 from Philly, PA, and also resides there. She's a teacher, so she's probably very smart.
Yes.
Her favorite hobby is shopping, traveling, creating content. So, like, she probably content creator.
I like that. I like hearing content creator. That's always exciting.
Love that. Like, probably like things with like Insta and social media and stuff.
Yeah.
Love that.
She's a YouTuber. Winner pick.
Yes. And 3 words to describe her: colorful, energetic, and joyful. Love that. Pet peeves: negative Nancy's, Debbie Downers, bullies. I mean,
I feel that.
We don't like any of those.
We don't need them.
What is the accomplishment you are most proud of?
Accomplishment.
I'm proud of the life I'm building with my fiance. I'm proud of being a teacher. I'm proud of making it through college, opening my selfie museum. Aw.
Selfie museum. That's interesting.
That sounds kind of interesting. Cool. Something we would never know from looking at you. I am terrified of clowns. I mean, same.
I wonder if that's going to come up at all in the season. Like, there's like a comp with like clowns or something.
Her hero, she's her own hero. I save myself each and every time, but my mom is the ultimate hero, because now that I'm all grown up and she's no longer here, I realize how much she truly persevered. Oh,
I like that.
Past survivor. Will she play like? James, don't bite the apple. Stay true to your alliance as best you can and stick it out to the end.
I have nothing to say about that because, again, I don't know who that is.
I'm trying to think if I've seen that part. Was that on a season I've seen? Maybe, I don't remember.
You've seen a lot of seasons, so it
Yeah,
seems.
I haven't seen all. There's a few I still have to watch though. Like I haven't seen every single one yet, but I will. And then there are also ones I want to rewatch.
Yeah.
Why do you believe you can be the sole survivor? There isn't anything in the world that I cannot accomplish. My mindset has gotten me to the finish line of all my dreams. Plus, I'm super lovable and not an immediate threat. Okay, I love her. As of right
Oh yeah.
now, one of my winner picks for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like such a queen. She just seems like she's gonna be a triple threat. Like I can see her being good at challenges. I can see her being super strategic. I can see her being very social. I can, like she said, she's lovable. So I can see everyone just getting attached and vibing with her.
Yeah, she
Like,
seems very much like radiating positivity in
yeah,
that way, and she seems like
yeah,
someone that because of that, I think people are just they're going to gravitate towards her a lot. I
oh
could
yeah,
very much see her being one of those people that like if they lose immunity or something like that, people immediately are going to her because they feel
yeah.
the
I
best
can see
for her.
like,
I think
yeah, yeah. I can see her being like the saving grace kind of thing, and like
yeah.
the one who really says, "Oh yeah," like they go to her being like, "What are we gonna do for the round?" kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they just kind of like,
I can very much see her being like a decider in that way.
yeah,
I think she
like
has
I can see her being like a leader, and like she just seems like a very nice and genuine person, very positive and fun, and I'm super excited to watch her play.
Yeah, and while she didn't give the most detailed answers, I think we
Yeah.
still got to know her a lot within these answers. Like we know that she's a content creator. We know that she wants to open like a selfie museum of some sort, which I think is kind of fun. I don't
Yeah.
know. I really like her a lot. I think, like I said, she really just radiates positivity, and I think she's gonna be a very like fun presence throughout the season.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's one of the only people that like I've actually like looked at in terms of like I actually looked at in terms of like before this video. I do believe that she is a YouTuber, and for that reason alone I
I
have
think
to
it's either I can see either YouTuber or maybe like she posts content on
no
Insta.
I think she is because I remember I DM'd you and like said, oh my god, she's a YouTuber. I have to draft
Oh,
her
okay.
now. I have to look back, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, she said that she's a YouTuber. Um,
Yeah. I'd love
other
that.
in like another video. Let me check that real quick, actually. But you can continue talking about her while I look.
But yeah, she's an icon and like she just seems wonderful and like I cannot wait to see her play and like if she represents the season as the winner, I will be so happy because she just seems like a great person and just very genuine.
She definitely strikes me as like one of the people that I think has the best chance of like, doing the best in the game. Like of the people we've looked at, I think she has a really strong chance. So
Yeah.
I have a lot of hope in her. Just based on okay. Oh, that was the other thing that got me excited. She's also a performing arts teacher as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of things to get excited about. I think she has a lot of
Amazing.
different. Hmm?
We love that.
Yes, I think she has a lot of different interests, and I think that's definitely something that's going to work out for her. She seems very strategic in that way. She seems like she's
Yeah.
going to have a really strong social game. We don't know a ton about like her physical abilities, like how well she's going to do within comps, but honestly,
Yeah.
comps aren't as important in the early phases of the game, so we will just have to see how she ends up doing. I think she has a really good chance of doing well, though. And out
Unless
of
they decide to like keep the people who are really good at comps so
yeah,
they can win.
yeah, and out of the people we've looked at so far, I think she has the best chances. So yeah,
Same.
very much pulling for Mariah here.
And I love her outfit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Her hair is really
Mm.
cool too. Like
Oh, yeah. So
the like
good.
rainbow multicolored hair. It seems like it matches her personality. Like, she's very like bubbly and fun. And I think that she seems like a very fun presence. But anyway, we're
Yeah.
gonna move on to the next person here, which is Owen. And Owen is 30. He's from Bethesda, Maryland, I believe is what that says. He currently resides in New Orleans, LA. He's a college admissions director, and he likes backpacking, hiking, video games, taking and coaching fitness classes. He says he's very loyal. He's very charismatic. He's very passionate. He does not like people who are very entitled and people who don't know what to do at a four-way stop. The thing that he's
Honestly,
most
T.
the thing that he's most proud of is being named an admission director at his age, because apparently it's very rare. And so he likes how dedicated and generally invested he is. Something that people aren't going to know about him is that he's a really good public speaker, and he uses his people skills at work every day. He talks about how Asian men have certain unfair stereotypes associated with them, and he does not fit that mold. He played football in high school and was rush chair for his fraternity. He can entertain a room of 800 people, and he uses his EQ more than IQ on an average day. His hero is his parents, because they're very kind, hardworking, and dedicated. They gave him a life that anyone would dream of when they adopted him as a baby, and they've supported him ever since. When he's asked about the past Survivor player he plays like the most, he says that he wants to play a game similar to Adam Klein, because he kept his threat level low. He had good relationships with everyone and was his authentic superfan self. He believes he can be the sole survivor because he's an unassuming triple threat. He feels that socially he's likable. He takes a genuine interest in people. He makes people feel like he's invested in them, because he actually is. Physically, he thinks he's athletic enough to be an asset early in the game. However, no one's going to mistake him for like an Aussie and view him as a threat to go on an individual immunity run. Strategically, he's a huge fan. He's seen every season's, watched the international versions. He studied this game, knows what works and what doesn't. He feels he's pretty self-aware, knows that he has to play his own game and go with the flow as the game develops. And I fucking love this guy.
I like him.
Honestly, like we just talked about Mariah and how I think she seems like the best person on the tribe. Honestly, I think this guy might give her a run for her money, because he so far out of the
honestly no, I can see them being like I can see them kind of being a duo.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like, I can see them teaming up.
The thing that I really like about Owen is he seems to have the best idea of what to do going in. He knows that while he is good physically, he's going to try to downplay that a bit. He doesn't want people to see him as an Aussie who's just constantly winning comps. He doesn't want to be seen as like a Jonathan last season who was just constantly winning comps and not doing anything else. You know, he wants to show how good he is socially. He cares about people. He likes talking to people, and that's something that's going to show a lot. I feel like in Survivor, you know, something people like is when you are genuine with them, when you're not just like bullshitting them. And I think that's something that people are going to say about Owen that they like a lot. Oh, Owen gave me the courtesy. Owen gave me a lot of respect. Owen listened to what I had to say. I can see that happening a lot with him. Strategically, you know, he's a big fan of the show. It seems like he has a very good idea of what to do. I think this guy definitely has it in him to win. I definitely see him as a potential winner pick for me. I really like what I'm seeing from him. I like the fact that he is, you know, this really good public speaker of sorts, and people really wouldn't like expect that. I like what he said about like, you know, Asian men and things like that, and how there's this stereotype, and he wants to try to do what he can to disprove of that. It seems like this guy is going in. He has a clear idea of what he wants to do this season. And I think if he is able to just continue to focus on his plan, I think he's going to get done what he wants to get done. So yeah, I really don't have anything negative to say about him. Like there's nothing really I'm like worried about when it comes to him. I think he might be an early winner pick for me. I'm very excited to see what he does.
Yeah, I'm honestly excited for him too. I can see him winning as well, or just like maybe coming up short, like maybe a second, or like maybe like fourth place or something, like right before FTC. But yeah, he's probably going to be very strategic, and like his representation is very important, and I love just his passion for that. And
yes,
I feel like he's just going to be very authentic, just be truly himself, and just get along with everybody, but also be like cutthroat when he has to be. But like I'm really excited to see him play, because yeah, he just seems super genuine and like very smart and everything.
Yeah, definitely. I have a lot of hope for Owen. I'm very excited to see what he does, and I think
love the hair.
I think he's gonna do really well on.
I will say these people are so iconic. Like They're vibes.
Yeah, I like the cast photos are really good this season. I think the other thing about the cast photos is like because of the fact that it didn't shoot these seasons back to back, like it seems like they really kind of like up their game in terms of like cast photos, and I really like the cast photos a lot this season. But we're gonna talk about the last person on this tribe at least. We're gonna go ahead and talk about Sammy. So go ahead. This guy I know a little bit about because people have kind of been like joking about him a little bit. But Ali, talk about Sammy.
Oh wow. He's only 19. He's a baby. He's from Vegas, and he resides there as well. His occupation is a pet cremator?
Cremator. He's a pet cremator.
Pet cremator. Interesting. He loves sports, fitness, and journaling. He describes himself as unpredictable, tenacious, and indecisive, which, hey, same sometimes. Pet peeves, excuses, laziness, being woken up before noon on weekends.
I feel that third one. That's
hilarious.
I don't wake up before, she can attest this. I don't wake up before noon on days I don't go to work. So it doesn't
true.
happen.
Accomplishment he's most proud of. Probably getting my Eagle Scout. Because I struggled mightily with completing merit badges and often took 3 to 4 classes just to get them. To finally receive it made me feel very proud of myself. Something we never know from looking at him. His background is very culturally diverse with with his father being an immigrant from Morocco. Oh wow.
That is interesting.
His hero is his grandpa, Dale Donald Mann, because he is the hardest working man he's ever known. He's always made sure he knew what was most important, the family. He was an amazing husband to his grandmother. And seeing him build the relationship upon love and trust taught him so much about how to love somebody. And he understood him more than anybody else ever has. And when he would tell him about his insecurities and self-doubt, he would help me understand how those things are actually strengths. I knew I could always count on my grandpa, and I want to make him smile from up there. And his past survivor, he'll play the game like Kely Wentworth, icon. What I admire and take away from Wentworth's game is that she never gave up until her torch was snuffed. And even when she was clearly in the bottom, she not only found ways to climb up, but she made everybody think that she was oblivious and not smart enough to foil the foolproof plan they had. And why he believes he can be the sole survivor. Because I do not allow myself to not know what is going on with those around me. I am too conversationally and emotionally experienced with people to be unaware of my standing in the game at all times, and he's too determined and hungry to get comfortable. And everybody he meets grows a heart on their sleeve, and after he speaks with them for 20 minutes, and his competitors on the island will be no different. What are your thoughts on him?
What do you think?
I'm like indifferent with him. I feel like he could be a first boot, but also I don't see. Well, I could see him either being like a first boot or maybe like pre-merge, maybe, or maybe a first merge boot. Like I don't know. I don't hate him, but I'm just very indifferent with him. He's like just a huge question mark for me. Like
I don't have super
I'm not super confident in him. I just feel like he's not going to vibe with some people, or he's just not going to be like as strong of a competitor. But we'll see. Like he's just, my opinion is just that he's a question mark.
I don't have super high hopes for him at all, to be honest with you. And here's why. There's a couple things that he said that I just don't think are that great. He said he's going to know what's going on at all times. He's not going to try to let that get in the way of anything. So I already get the sense that this guy is going to be like really messy. He's going to want to know like all the information at all times. He's going to be the one going to people being like, what are we doing? What are we doing? He's going to make sure that like, you know, it's not his name that's said, but then people are probably going to like compare notes and things like that. But the other big problem that I have for him, and I hate to say this, but the fact that he's only 19 and he's going into a cast with people that, you know, are like 30s, 20s, I think is going to be a problem for him because we have seen, especially in the 2 most recent seasons, I think of like JD, Swati, Xander. They all kind of suffered from similar problems, and that's that they applied for the game when they were a bit too young, and because of that, they made a lot of like swift decisions, and they just didn't really end up working out for them. And I think Sammy is going to fall into the same problems. I think the fact that he is going in so young, I just think that's going to be an issue for him. I think the fact that he is going in at only 19 years old, I think he's very much not aware of what he's getting himself into. And I think he's going to go in super confident, have an idea of what he's going to do, and he's going to flame out real quick. I don't see this guy lasting very long at all. There's a lot of red flags, especially with his answers.
There is a lot of red flags.
I do see him maybe being the first boot of this tribe. I very well could. I don't see a lot of people that this guy is going to really connect with. I know he talks about apparently in like his intro how he doesn't want to tell people that like he's a pet cremator, but like I don't really know why that's a big deal because of the fact that I don't think people are going to like harp on that too much. I really just, it's great that he was able to apply when he was only 19. I love that. I don't want to take that away from him. I just think that, and I've seen a lot of people say this in Survivor, the older you are when you apply, the better you're going to do within the game because you will have more time to really like think through your strategy and what you're going to do. And I think that might be an issue for Sammy. So I really don't think he's going to do super well. He's really like, besides Mike, like the first person, I'm like, I just don't see him doing well at all. So that's where I am with him.
He's just very iffy. I'm just very iffy with him right now. Like I don't hate him, but he is a question mark.
Yeah, and like I said, looking at the makeup of his tribe, like who does he work with? I just don't see like who's he gonna work with? Mike, the oldest person on the tribe? Like I don't see that happening. I don't see Sammy doing super well, but we'll have to see. But yeah, so that's that tribe. Now we're gonna go to the Coco tribe, and the first person we're talking about here is someone that I know you're very excited for. We're going to talk about Cassidy.
Yeah, like she was another person, like her and Mariah were like two of the people that I had like an early interest in.
So big thing to know about Cassidy, it says here, is that she apparently.
And also, I will say, a lot of people were saying she has a very stunning picture.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But apparently Cassidy was supposed to play 41 back in 2020 and was days away from playing before the pandemic hit. So she has been trying to play ever since then. But basically she, getting into her more, she's 26. She is from Plano, Texas. She currently resides in Austin, Texas, and she's a designer. Her favorite hobbies are fashion design and most forms of art, thrifting her grandparents' old clothes and knickknacks, skating, boxing, and underwater exploring. 3 words to describe her are groovy, charismatic, and creative. Pet peeves are people who are very narrow-minded, judgmental people, also people who have no reverence for Mother Nature and all her beautiful beings. Her accomplishment she's most proud of is fighting through many painful experiences and never letting it break her or hold her back for long. She has a fighting spirit and will always be proud of her perseverance, but she's also very proud of showing her designs in a fashion show. Something we would never know from looking at her is that she carries a very deep spiritual wonder and appreciation for life, nature, and all of its many beautiful complexities. She can manifest and create anything when she surrenders fully to the moment and find acceptance in it. And then maintain that flow throughout the game will not always be easy, but it's a top priority. Her hero is her mom because of how incredible she is. She's faced so much adversity and never allowed it to break her spirit. The past survivor, she says she wants to play the game most like. Again, we get another Kim Spradlin. She is a very low-key assassin. She loves seeing a good triple threat win. She played a very strong social strategic game, and that she puppeted her alliance throughout the game while keeping the target off her back. I gotta watch this season because people keep fucking talking about Kim Spradlin, as well as a bunch of other seasons. And she believes she can be the sole survivor because she thinks she has the sweet spot in all the right places. She's physically fit. She's competitive. She'll be an asset to her tribe, but her slighter stature will make her appear non-threatening. She's intuitive and out-of-the-box thinker. Her clever and witty nature will allow her to maneuver and adapt throughout the unexpected twists in the game. She has the ability to manipulate and persuade others, and while she doesn't abuse that in her everyday life, all bets are off in Survivor. Her life experiences, optimistic charm, and open-minded outlook will allow allow her to connect deeply with others, disarm them, and form strong alliances and friendships. And she can use her logic to stay detached enough to always make the best decision in the game. People are not going to see her coming, and that's exactly what she's counting on. I know you were very high on her before we did this podcast, so I'm going to let you go ahead. What do you think of Cassidy?
I think she's just gonna be like, I think she could be another triple threat. Like I see her being, because she's had and stuff. She's like very social, she's strategic, and she's also very physical. Like she's very active and everything, and creative. So I feel like she could be a really good asset with like challenges with her tribe. But I also see her just being like a social butterfly, getting along with everyone. I could see her being like a girl's girl, for instance, not like
Not the girls.
not the catty girls.
Oh no.
But I can actually see her being one, like an actual feminist.
Yeah.
I can see her like sticking with the girls, and but maybe using guys to her advantage in the game. But like I see her making it pretty far. I could see her winning, but I can also seeing her come up short. I definitely don't see her being an early boot. I can honestly, I see her making like the earliest I see her leaving before FTC is like 6th or 5th. Like I don't see her making it. Like I see her making it super far, and I just really like her. She seems really fun, and I like her vibe.
Yeah, I think
and she's very pretty.
Yeah, I think the thing that's really going to help Cassidy going into this game is that she is this fashion designer of sorts,
Yes.
and she kind of talks about that like people are going to see like her, how skinny she is and things like that. They're going to see her life experience. They're going to think, no, this girl isn't going to be good at challenges. She's not a threat in any way physically.
I mean, depends.
But when she, but when she eventually gets into those challenges, she's going to do what she can to prove them wrong. And I think that's actually going to work out really well for her, because she can really downplay that physical ability through just looking at like her, stature and her career and things like that. And I think that's going to work out really well for her, because I think people aren't going to expect her to do as well at things as she does. But then when it comes to her social ability, I mean, it seems like she has that on lock. She seems to connect very well with people. I really like what she has to say about like, the outdoors and things like that. That's something else I think people aren't going to expect, is how she is this very like outdoorsy person. She seems like she's a very good like, outlook on life and things like that.
Yeah.
And so I see her doing really well. I don't know how well she's going to do.
I will say, I feel like she could be underestimated.
Yeah, I think she's like the definition of like a dark horse. I think she's going to be, she talks about at the end how people aren't going to see her coming. And I think that's very much going to be the case. I think we're going to get through this season and people are going to be like, how is Cassidy still here? I don't understand it. And meanwhile, she's been doing a lot that people just do not see. And I think that's going to be her game. My only thing with her is I could see her potentially being like, like a merge boot, or like say a boot in like a double or something like that.
I don't see her being the merge boot. I see her making it pretty far.
I could potentially see that happening to her. I just think that we'll see if that it does end up happening. I could see her being like a Lydia or something like that, where she's just not able to like fully connect with people in that way. But I think if she goes in with the strategy that she says she's going to, I think she's going to do really well. So I hope she does well. I like her personality a lot. I like her overall strategy in the game, and we will just have to see how she ends up doing. But anyway, that is Cassidy. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next person here. This is Gio. So Ali, talk to us about Gio.
All right. Gio is 36 from Miami, Florida, but he currently resides in Honolulu, Hawaii. Shout out to Duolingo.
Oh, yes.
Aloha, mahalo.
You guys just want immunity.
Woo! Yes. Shout out to CTC.
Yes, we love CTC.
Yes, we do. He's a project manager. His hobbies are hiking, traveling, and diving. 3 words to describe himself: adaptable, hard worker, resilient. Pet peeves: I strongly dislike laziness and people who don't have common courtesy, which I mean, T.
Oh, yeah.
What is the accomplishment you are most proud of? Being that English is my second language, I grew up in the hood and was homeless for a period of time. The accomplishment that I am most proud of is graduating with my associate's degree with a 4.0 GPA. Aw,
good for him. That's really impressive.
That's amazing. something you would never know from looking at him. He grew up shy, quiet, and in his head, which made him a thinker and very analytical. People also don't see that they mess or compete with him, what they will lose. A whole new alter ego comes out that turns into a beast during any competition.
Yep.
His hero is his husband. Aww.
Oh, wow.
His husband is his hero because he is everything he has. And he motivates him and has encouraged him through so much. And he is also in the military, so he is a real hero in life. Aw. Past survivor, he will play the game most like, or wants to. It would have to be a combination of Cochrane and Boston Rob. Good picks. He's not as physical as Rob, but he will be strategic like Cochrane. And he's hoping that by the end of the season, people will see that he played his own game. And why do you believe he can be the sole survivor? Because in life, I am already a survivor. In life, I did not have the luxury to mess up, and people help him. In life, he struggled and fought hard for everything he accomplished, and he had the fire in him and the willpower to show the world that he deserves to win, and he will not let anyone or anything get in the way. I'm ready for this, and I will not let this opportunity of a lifetime go to waste. The world will see that Gio Bustamante has arrived, and he will win.
What do you think?
I like him. Like he just seems a very genuine human. Like you said, he's very resilient, and he's definitely been through a lot, and he really just wants to like prove to himself and like show this representation and like show what he's made of, and like he's really just like owning it and doing things just for himself, and for his husband. And I don't know how far he's gonna make it because he's another question mark in a way. Like
Yeah.
I can see him making it far or go pretty early. Like I don't know. With this, like I don't really know how far he like I don't have a ton of opinions on him, like game wise, because he is that person that could go either way. But I'm excited to see. Hopefully he does well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that he definitely, the one thing I will definitely say about Gio is that he's kind of had to like fend for himself before because of him like being homeless and whatnot. And so I think that's definitely something that will probably be to his benefit. He's going to be, I could see him being like a Nasir, like a Roxroy, where like he's always trying to
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
he's the one that's always volunteering to like, go find food or things like that, or like he's going to
Yeah.
be the one to like, give rice to everybody, build shelters and things like that. I could see him definitely doing that. In terms of like his actual gameplay, I don't think we got a lot of insight in this to really like figure out like how he is going to do, but he does seem very likable. He does seem
Yeah.
like someone that I think people are going to overall want to work with. I
I
just don't really
gravitate
have
to.
like that much of an opinion on like how is he going to do in the game. So I would say
Yeah.
he's very much a question mark for me right now.
Yes.
There's definitely more like positives than negatives. I'm just not really sure like how far this guy is going to go. How far is he going to make it? We will really just have to see. But I do like him. I like his personality. I like his story. And I think that that's definitely something that will get
Yeah,
him
I love the
far, but
story.
we will just have to see. Anyway, that is Gio. We're going to go ahead. Oh, also something interesting about Gio that it says here, he actually was forced to quit his job to be on the show. So
Oh
he's able to come
wow.
back home with his biggest paycheck yet. So that kind of sucks.
Oh my
Hopefully he's able to do that. But we'll have to see.
god.
Hopefully he still has a job, because that sucks.
I
That like,
hope so.
hopefully
Like
he
I
was
hope he
able to
gets it
find,
back.
yeah, hopefully he was able to find a new job.
Or find a new job, but we'll see.
But yeah, Gio, we will see how he does. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next person. This is James.
James Jones.
Yeah, James Jones. Basically, he talks about how ever since he became a fish out of water on a college campus, he saw the 37-year-old Earl Cole win Survivor back in 2007. He realized this was the show for him, and he's been very eager to get into it ever since. But he's 37. He's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A lot of Philly people this season.
Yeah.
Seems to be a very that seems to be a very consistent location that people are in. But he's an event planner. He likes to curate events, find the best cocktails in the city, read and write. He's also very confident, casual, and self-aware. He does not like really bad customer service and pushy salespeople, which I would
Okay,
assume
yes, T.
from
I feel that.
I would assume that comes from being an event planner. His accomplishment he's most proud of is winning the United States Chess Open, which is the largest chess tournament in the USA, which that's really cool. He got
That is cool.
$100,000 apparently. Something that
Wow.
we would never know from looking at him is that he grew up in the church. He was an usher and sang in the choir from age 6 to 17. His dad was a
Nice.
deacon and his mom was a deaconess. He has a deep faith, but it is his own faith. He does not talk about it a lot, but he's a big believer. His hero is his mom. She overcame a lot to raise him and gave him the foundation to be the person that he is today. She made sure that he was raised in a safe house and made sure that he went to church to develop a moral compass, took him to Black history workshops as a child. So he has a sense of self-worth. He made sure that he got into the best public school in the city, then made sure he could travel the country as a middle schooler playing chess. She passed away 5 years ago, and as he grew older, he grew to admire her more each day. The past Survivor player he thinks he's going to play the game most like is Sandra. He loves her anyone but me mentality. That's always going to be his strategy going in, which is really good. I like that he has that strategy. He also wants to be an agent of chaos, Russell, but with charm. He wants to play to win and not for 7th place. And he thinks he can win Survivor because he thrives and finds a certain comfort in chaos, managing events at a club on a Friday night. Anything can happen. Whatever issues pop up, he has to handle. And that takes interpersonal skills to deal with people. And it takes a general problem-solving skills when dealing with a venue. He will have to make sure everyone at his party has a great time. So what I really like about this guy right off the bat is that he really seems like someone that's like able to think on his feet. He's an event planner. Yeah. He knows when things go sideways. He's always going to have some kind of plan of action. I think that's going to work out really well for him because, like, let's say he's in a situation where, like, his game is like really going down the tubes. Like he's just not in a good spot at all. People are like starting to clock his game. He will find a way to get himself out of that difficult situation. I think James is going to be possibly one of the most adaptable out of everyone. I think he's always going to find a way to get out of tough situations. And I think especially having that anyone but me mentality, if he's able to do that, I think it's actually really going to be to his benefit within Survivor. You know, as long as he's able to find people and he's able to make those connections, but then also figure out from the beginning, like who he wants to target. I see things going really well for him. I think he seems like right now out of the people on his tribe, he's probably the person I'm most confident in terms of equity. I think he has a really good chance of going far here. So yeah, I have a lot of hope for James. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like him, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Like you said, I see him being very adaptable, like a kind of like a go-to person on his tribe.
Yeah.
Kind of like Mariah with that other tribe, like someone that everyone goes to, and like a leader and everything. And
yeah, he definitely gives me that leader mentality.
Yeah, I really like him, honestly. I'm excited to see him play. I mean, I could see him winning, but as of right now, I can see him getting like a 7th or a 6th place, maybe.
Yeah.
But we'll see. He could also be like a really good representation of the winner. But like he really just has to like work hard to get there. I think he can do it. I'm really excited to see him play because he's pretty cool.
Yeah, I really like him a lot. So hoping James does really well. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next person, and that is Carla. Allie, talk to us about Carla.
All right. Carla is 28 from San Diego, California, but she currently resides in Newark, Delaware.
Oh, I thought that was going to say New Jersey. I was about to be like, let's go New Jersey. But also maybe not, because most people from reality shows, they're from New Jersey, are fucking trash. So maybe not. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, not Michelle Fitzgerald.
Well, yeah, she's pretty cool.
Anyway, she is an educational project manager. She loves traveling, brunching, and karaoke. Iconic. Love. 3 words to describe her: ambitious, gregarious, and adaptable. Gregarious.
Yeah.
Pet peeves: tardiness, pessimism, and slow drivers. Honestly, T. Like, some of these pet peeves are just, like, relatable.
Oh, yeah.
Her accomplishment... Oh, can you go up a bit? Accomplishment she's most proud of: her parents are Mexican immigrants who became teenage parents at the age of 16, which led her to grow up in a low income community where college was only a dream. Fortunately, school became a safe space for her, where she felt loved, cared for, and seen. She recognized that through school, she could follow her passions and, most importantly, get out of the hood. I'm proud to say I'm the first in my family to graduate from high school and the first to graduate from college, and she did it all with a full ride scholarship from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Millennium School Scholars Program. And this queer Chicana did that. Love that. Good for her.
Yes.
What is something we would never know from looking at her? She's incredibly competitive and an overachiever in every aspect of her life. Her hero is her grandfather, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, I think is.
Elizabeth got it or something.
Yeah.
He immigrated to the U.S. from Guerrero, Mexico, to provide a better life for his family, and he instilled strong educational values in her. And he loves his family and her grandmother unconditionally, and he's the most important male figure in her life. And she wants to play like Cerie because she was an incredibly well-rounded social and analytical player. She was loved by all, and she knew when to stir the pot, and she knew how to keep a strong social game that could take her to the end. And
It's like Cerie, Kelly Wentworth, and like Kim Spradlin are like the names we keep hearing.
I know. She's physically strong, so she'll use that as an added advantage. And she believes she can be the sole survivor because she's adaptable, resilient, gregarious, and her ancestors have her back. She's confident in her social game that'll build relationships across differences and get along with just about anyone. With her wife and her family and her heart and thoughts, she knows she'll make it to the end. I
Yeah.
really like her. Like,
Yeah.
you want to go ahead?
Say? Oh no, go ahead.
No, just say.
Oh yeah, I really like her a lot. I think that she has a lot of I think she has a lot of really good attributes for this game when it comes to how she talks about how like she's willing to pretty much get along with anybody. She has that really good goal of caring about her, doing this for her family and her wife and things like that. So I like that a lot. She talks about how she's very like adaptable and resilient, and I think that's really going to help her out. What were you gonna say though about Carla?
Oh, I was just gonna say I really enjoy her, and like I think she's gonna be like really great to watch. Very social, very strategic, physical as well. Like how she said she's a competitor, so I feel like she's gonna have that really good attribute, and like that's gonna be a really good asset for her tribe. Like she'll like really help out the tribe with comps, and she could possibly win, but I do see her making it at least to jury. Yeah, I don't see her going early if she does robbery.
I think she makes merge. I definitely get the sense that like she makes merge.
Yeah, I definitely think she's making merge if it's a robbery, if she goes pre-merge.
Yeah.
But I really like her, and her story is just really inspiring.
Yeah, I really like her a lot. I don't know how far she's going to make it, but I do think she will at least get to merge. From there, I'm not really sure, but I do think that, especially what you said about like her comp ability, I think that's something that a lot of people are going to see. They're going to see Carla. They're going to be like, oh my God, Carla's really good at comps. We need to keep her around. And I think that's something that's really going to end up helping her out. It seems like she's a really good like social game as well, very adaptable. So I see her doing pretty well. I'm not like super high on her like I am others, but I do think that she has a lot of potential. So yeah, I'm excited to see Carla for sure. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next person. We have another Lindsay, not Lindsay from last season. This is Lindsay Carmine. She is 42. She's from Greensboro, North Carolina. She currently resides in Downingtown, PA. She is a pediatric nurse. She loves volunteering, traveling, reading, exercising, gardening, and projects on her own homestead, any and all outdoor activities. So she's very much seems like she's prone for the wilderness.
She's very like adventurous, it seems. Very outdoorsy.
Three words to describe her is she's relentless, resourceful, and compassionate. She doesn't like people that cut in line, smacking gum when people play games on their phone and don't put the phone on silence. She never strays from her goals, even when people tell her expectations are too high. The common assumption is that she can have it all, just not all at once. She's here to show that she can, looks around at this life that she very intentionally created for herself and her family, and thinks, what if she had listened to everyone and just stopped dreaming? She wouldn't have any of this. And something that we would not know from looking at her is that people are mostly surprised at how competitive she is. People think that she should have outgrown that phase in her life, but she comes across as non-threatening and it's very intentional on her part, and this is going to help her in the game. Her hero is healthcare providers, because her coworkers and nursing school best friends who relied on strength and support while she cared for COVID patients during the pandemic, which, yes, we love all those workers, all the stuff they've had to go through, the hell they've been through the past couple years. Her past survivor players are Natalie because of her mental and physical strength, Sarah, strategic, and Michelle for social ability. I like that she groups them into categories. She's like, this is who I am physical wise, this is who I am social wise. That seems like she has a good read on things. When asked how she can be the sole survivor, all she says is she has 20 years worth of reasons why she's going to be the sole survivor. Okay, so the things I like about Lindsay is I like the fact that she talks about how people are going to underestimate her, that she has this more like competitive side of her that she intentionally hides from people, but it's always there. She always has that drive. So she's never, it seems like she's always going to be thinking about the game. She seems like she's a really big Survivor fan. She has a lot of good knowledge. She has an idea of how she really wants to play. I just worry if she's going to be able to connect with her tribe, because I very well could see her getting eaten alive. However, I could also see her being like, well, Lindsay from last season, or Heather in 41. Like, I could see her being someone that people just vastly underestimate, and she gets very far because of it. So I don't really know how she's really going to do. I think that she definitely does have some potential, but I also could see a scenario where she ends up going super early. So I really don't know. I think she could really go either way. I don't see her being like a figurehead of the tribe in any sense. I see her being someone that, if she does really well, I think she's going to be someone that people rely on and underestimate. And then as she gets farther, I think her game's going to get better from there. But then I could also see the opposite end of that, where it's like, well, Lindsay's not doing as much as some other people. I haven't really connected with her as much. And she ends up going like super early because of that. So I'm not really sure how she's going to do. I don't really have the highest hopes for her. I'm not like completely down on her like I was with like a Mike or a Sammy. I just don't really know if she fits in with this tribe overall. So I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I don't dislike her. I feel like with
I don't dislike her. I don't dislike anyone so far.
No, I don't either. But I will say, I kind of echo you there. Like, I don't know where she's gonna like go. I kind of see her being like a pre-merger, but I don't see her being first boot. But if she makes merge, I can see her being a merge boot. I can see her being very motherly. Just like someone who is just very kind to everyone and just like takes care of them whenever they're not feeling well or if they're homesick or something, and just like to talk to about advice. But yeah, I don't see her being like the strongest player, but I don't see her make I see her being either a pre-merge or like merge boot. But we'll see. I'd love to be surprised. So I mean, I'd love to see her go part 2. Maybe she'll be like super amazing. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's all we need to say about Lindsay. We're going to go ahead and move on to the last person within this tribe before we move on to the last tribe here. We're going to go ahead talk to us about Ryan.
All right. Ryan is 25 from Savannah, Georgia, but he currently resides in El Paso, Texas. He's a warehouse associate. He loves fishing, hiking, and carpentry. He's charismatic, outgoing, and humorous. He dislikes bullying.
I do not know what I just did.
Huh?
Oh, no. I think I went all the way back to the beginning.
Oh, no. I think it was like 15 or something.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. He dislikes bullies, laziness, and self-entitlement, which T. His accomplishment he's most proud of, his connection that he made with his mother after her stroke. Oh, I helped her to understand that just because she wasn't the same as before didn't mean she couldn't live a full life, and she just had to approach things from her newfound perspective. Aw, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Something we would never know from looking at him. He was born 3 months early with mild cerebral palsy.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I did hear about this guy actually. Now that you're saying that.
doctors said he would never walk, but after 4 years of therapy, he was finally able to. Oh wow. His hero is his father, and he helped raise them while fighting for their country and putting 110% into both. Past survivor contestant he wants to play like Rupert, and he likes the way he provided food for his tribe, which helped them keep their strength for the challenges. Why do you believe he can be the sole survivor? He's a triple threat, he can socialize easily, and naturally strong and quick in puzzles, and he's great at forming bonds and can influence others with a silver tongue.
And I'm just
He
gonna
has
say it right now. I
he
mean, the
has a
fact that
great
this
he has a
guy
great he has a great resolve to do what needs to be done to earn $1 million. What?
the fact that this guy is even able to like compete on this show after what he's been through, I think is
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
I think so
I
too.
love the fact that he has had the journey that he has, you know, with cerebral palsy and things like that, and he's been able to walk and all that stuff. So I think he already has like a really great story attached
Yeah,
to him. But on top of that, I mean, it seems like he has a really good idea of like what he's going to do in this
yeah,
game. He knows how good he is socially.
yeah,
I like that he talks about like these are the challenges that I'm good at. It shows that going in, like he knows like this is what he can be like a good like asset for in that way, and
yeah.
he can like
I like
you
that.
know talk to people about what challenges. He's like, hey, if we do a puzzle, like I'm somebody that you can rely on in that way. I just don't know how well he's going to do overall. I'll talk about him a little bit
Yeah,
more, but I want to hear your thoughts on him. What do you think of Ryan?
yeah. Like I really like him. I love his story. It's very inspirational and just like emotional and stuff. But like he isn't another question mark for me, like game
Yeah,
wise. Like you
a
said,
lot of this tribe is, to be honest.
yeah, like he says he's a triple threat, so he could be good at comms, social, and strategy. But like I don't know, maybe people will think he's playing too hard too fast, so that could
Yeah,
be a downfall. So like I don't see him being a first boot, but I see him maybe being like a second boot because of that. But I can also see him making merge, maybe not like winning. So I don't see him winning, but I definitely see him making early boot or like early jury, early merge. But it's very interesting. I hope he does well, but like we will have to see. Like I do really enjoy him so far. Like he seems just like very inspiring and
yeah.
steps and all that. And he's been through a lot, so like this is insane. Like he can actually do this. But like I'm just excited to see what he can do.
Yeah, very, very excited to see Ryan. But that ends off on that tribe. We're going to get to the last tribe here, which is the Vesey tribe. We start off with the first person, and that is Cody. Cody is 35. He's from Preston, Iowa. He currently resides in Honolulu, Hawaii. His occupation is elevator sales, and he likes going out with friends, traveling, and being outdoors. He's very optimistic, charismatic, and fearless. His pet peeves are lazy people, social media addicts, and clipping nails in a public location. Well, I'm the one that bites my nails a lot, so I don't think I get along with Cody. But an
Same.
accomplishment that he's most proud of is he's very proud of the
No
relationship.
biting nails. Mm-mm.
Well,
No, no.
it's a bad habit.
Yes.
He is very proud of the relationships he has with his family and friends. Without them, he feels life would be very boring. Something that we would never know from looking at him is several of his bottom front teeth are fake.
Oh
When he was
wow.
a kid, his older brother strapped him into a sled behind an ATV in a frozen cornfield, and the sled flipped over.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
his hero is Devin Yadoff, a best friend of his who passed away from
Oh,
cancer in high school. His loss lit a fire in him at a very young age. That fire continues to drive him to live his life differently. Past survivor who he will play the game most like is Malcolm. He was a likable, physically skilled, humble player who used that skill set to advance his way through the game. He feels that Malcolm and him share very multiple character personality and physical skill sets. He believes he can be the sole survivor because he took 20 years off to realize it. His charismatic, fun-loving personality will enable him to build alliances. His competitive edge will keep numbers through winning challenges. Experiences being outdoors will help in building shelter and sourcing food. His experiences, profession, and living in different cities has given him wisdom ahead of his time. He will use that to his advantage in communicating with players older than him, while his active lifestyle and youthful spirit will enable him to relate to younger players. I don't know about this guy. I really don't. I get the sense that, like, physical wise, he seems like he's going to do really well. He's very outdoorsy and things like
Yeah.
that. I don't know if the social game is there. He talks about it a little bit, how, oh, I'm going to be able to relate to younger players and things like that. But I just don't really know if he's going to be on that wavelength. I like his story a lot when it came to, like, his best friends and things like that. But not a lot to really latch onto when it comes to Cody. I see him being someone that could go really early. I don't see him being somebody that lasts a while, but I also could see him being like a really big challenge threat. I think he's going to do well, like, physical wise and things like that. So I don't really know. He's probably one of the first people that, like, I'm honestly pretty indifferent towards. I don't dislike him, but I don't necessarily like him either. I'm just kind of like on Cody. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't dislike him either, but he's just kind of there. Like, I don't hate anybody, but he's another question mark. I don't see him being like, yeah, honestly, he's someone I can also see going pre-merge.
Yeah, I could see him being one of those people where, like, when we reflect upon the season, we're like, oh yeah, Cody. Like, I could see that happening.
Yeah, like, kind of forgettable. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, he seems okay, I guess. There's just nothing really too crazy about him, about his story.
Yeah, nothing really sticks out.
Like his best friend being and everything like that makes me sad. But like, just like, I don't know, like, game wise and everything, I don't see him doing super well.
Yes.
He could be a first boot, or he can be like maybe like last pre-merge or something.
Yeah.
Maybe plays too hard too fast, or just screws himself over somehow, or maybe like misplays an idol or something. But like, I don't know. Very big question mark again. But we will see. Maybe he'll surprise me.
Yeah. Also, I really hate this. They say here, he speculates his gameplay will be like his hair, relationship building in the front, wildly strategic in the back. Whatever the fuck that means. Yeah, this guy might annoy me.
They're trying to make like a mullet joke. Business in the front, a party in the back.
Yeah, I don't know. This guy seems like he might annoy me. Anyway, let's move on to the next person. Allie, who are we talking about next? Let's talk about Dwight.
We're talking about Dwight Moore. He's 22 from Palo Alto, California, but currently resides in Colleyville, Tennessee. He's a graduate.
Collierville, I think is how it's pronounced.
Collierville, Tennessee.
I don't know.
Something like that. I don't know if it's Collier or Collier, but
I apologize if you're from Collierville, Tennessee, and we are not pronouncing it right. Again, we are dumb.
We're sorry. But he's a graduate student. His hobbies are skiing, video games, tutoring, and teaching. He's ambitious, confident, and strong-willed. His pet peeves are someone making a reference to The Office within 2 seconds of learning his name. Arrogant. Really that is really funny. Also, arrogance, refusal to turn singles while driving. Okay, true. And can you scroll up? Thanks. His accomplishment he's most wait, is that the next one? Yeah. Accomplishment he's most proud of: in his sophomore year of high school, he decided to take the ACT just to see how he would do on it, and he ended up getting a perfect score. Oh wow. That was great for college admissions, and it gave him the attention locally and nationally. Due to that, he's had parents in Memphis tell him that they've used him as an example for their kids, to show what Black people can accomplish academically. It's not the actual score that he's proud of, but it's the idea that hopefully someone felt motivated by seeing Black representation in an academic space.
I love that.
Amazing. Something we would never know from looking at him. He had a whole career as a journalist that rivals that of professionals. all before he entered college. And he got into journalism because as a kid he wanted to become president and decided that the best way to learn was by interviewing other political figures. The list of people he's interviewed includes Cory Booker, Madeleine Albright, Colin Powell, and Condoleezza Rice. He also covered the red carpet at the National Civil Rights Museum's
Oh,
Freedom
wow.
Awards for many years, interviewing honorees. Oh, I
That's
love that.
amazing.
It's really good. It's very impressive, in my opinion.
Yeah.
His hero are his parents. His dad was raised in a small town in Mississippi and is now a doctor with his own practice in Memphis. And his mom is a registered nurse turned stay-at-home mom. They've been able to do so much with their lives despite obstacles, thus being able to provide him with so much in his life. He wants to play the game like Wendell's game from Ghost Island the most, and made it far due to an extremely strong social game and hopes to create that same level of bond, such as people who will want to keep him around, even if doing so would be detrimental to their long-term game. And also, he performed well in challenges, both in the individual and tribal phases, when needed. And he believes he can be the sole survivor not just because of his social skills or intellect, but because of the passion that he puts into every single thing he does in life. And if he sets his mind to do something, he's giving it everything until he sees that goal met, which I love that. He's well
Yeah.
aware that I lack typical skills for living outdoors, but many legends of the game lack those skills initially as well. He's always been open to learning and adapting to the environment in order to succeed, and he doesn't plan on treating this game any differently, especially in the succeeding part. What are your thoughts on Dwight?
Oh, I was going to let you go first.
Okay. Honestly, I really like him. Like he's just very inspirational, and that representation is just super important. I honestly get vibes that he could either win or at least get. I can honestly see him making it to FCC.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
just he's just very smart and just very passionate and very resilient. I can see him making at least top 3. I can definitely see him making it to final tribal council. It's kind of a robbery if he goes before, or at least pre-merge. I'm super excited to see him play. One of my winner picks, and he just seems super authentic, and
Yeah.
he's just going in there with so much entity and to win and do his best and just prove to his parents, show that he can win this game and just win this for his family and everything. His story is just incredible.
Yeah, I really like him a lot. He's definitely, I think, out of the people we've looked at, he seems like he's one of the most well-spoken people in the cast, and I think that's something that is really going to work out well for his benefit. He's going to be very able to get himself out of tough situations and things like that. People are really going to gravitate towards him and whatnot. I really like hearing about his interviewing experiences and things like that. Seems like he's going to go in. He's going to definitely do what he can to play hard. I think he definitely does have a lot of potential. I think out of the people, I mean, we've only looked at 2 people on this tribe, but I definitely have a lot more hope for him than I do for Cody. I do echo you that I could see him getting very far within the game, and we will just have to see. But
So
yeah,
wait, how many people is this? How many people is this? 18?
19.
19. Okay.
Yeah, there's 19. Actually, no, there is. Yeah, I think there's either 18 or 19.
Because if it's 3 tribes, it should be 18 then. Because 3 tribes is 6.
Yeah, I think it's 18.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dwight, I think, has a lot of potential. I really like what I'm seeing from him. He talks about how he feels like he's out of his element because he's he's not really very outdoorsy and things like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be something that does stick out about him, is that
I think
he
so too.
isn't
I don't think it's gonna hurt him.
No, I think he's going to be able to adapt pretty well, especially through having the academic skills and things that he says he has. I think that's really going to help him out a lot. Again, he seems like a really good speaker because he's had all that experience with interviewing and things like that. I just think that he has a lot of potential in this game. So Dwight is definitely someone that I feel is going to do really well here. So we will have to see. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next person. Let's talk about Jesse. So Jesse is 30. He lives in Venice, California. He currently resides in Durham, NC. He is
It's
a
Durham, not Durham.
Durham, NC. He is a political science PhD. He loves playing chess with his son, dancing with his daughter, binge watching shows with his wife after the chess player and dancer fall asleep. He's very aware, ambitious, and unbreakable. He doesn't like quitters, people who complain about things but who aren't willing to change, and personalized license plates.
That's really funny.
The accomplishment he's most proud of is the family he's built with his wife. Every day he gets to watch his kids actually be his kids and grow at their own pace. That's something that he's never had and always wanted. It doesn't matter what else he's done. He just building a family with his wife is what's most important to him. Something he would never, we would never know from looking at him is doing research at Duke. That we don't look at him and see a scholar. So he does research there. His hero is his wife because she's been with him every step of the way and had to make the same sacrifices as him to get here. When he talks about past Survivor players, he says that he's basically Spencer or Christian, and if they got jumped into a gang at 15, he's going to bring an academic mindset to the game because he spent more hours thinking about how people vote than Sandra and Boston Rob combined. At the same time, he wasn't raised in Ivory Tower and had been around the block enough to know there is stuff textbooks can teach you about real people and life. He says, in regards to being a sole survivor, he says he's researched voting behavior for years. He doesn't care if he's out there with someone who never missed an episode of Survivor or someone who played 3 times already. They're not going to hold a candle to him strategically, but he's also not an academic by nature and have gone from being a gang member to dealing with Harvard-level researchers on a daily basis, so he can adapt to any environment and build relationships with anyone. This guy, I don't know how he's going to do. I think that the thing that I like about him is that he is downplaying. It seems like he's going to downplay his academic abilities. If he goes in, people think he's just this tough guy that was like in a gang and things like that. And he really downplays that, like, yeah, I'm actually very, I've studied voting behavior and things like that. I think he needs to downplay that when he goes in, because I think people are going to be very like, I don't know about this. If he goes in and says that, I assume he's going to downplay it. Aside from that, though, I don't know how well this guy is going to do. He's another one where I just don't know how he's going to fit into his tribe. I don't see him being someone that gets along with everybody. I don't know how he's going to really do socially. He didn't really say a lot about like the physical aspect as well. He talked a lot about his wife and his kids, and that's great, but I don't really get a sense of what he's really going to do in this game. I really don't know about Jesse. I don't want to say that like I think he's going to do terrible, but honestly, I think he's probably one of the people I'm least confident in right now.
Yeah, same. Like, I don't dislike him or anything. Like, I think he is going to go downplay his academic ability and everything. Just go in just as a tough, like, chill guy who's just there to, like, play the game and, like, he's getting prompts and stuff. But I think, he'll definitely try and downplay his, like, strategic aspects. But we'll see. He's another question mark. I don't see him making it super far. I honestly see him being pre-merged, but he could be first boot, but I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, like I said, I like to be surprised, so I mean, maybe he'll be really good. I don't know. I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll see how Jesse ends up doing. We're going to talk about our next person here. We only have a few people left here. So, Allie, we're going to talk about Justine.
All right. Justine is 29 from Sunnyvale, California, but currently resides in Marina Del Rey, California. She's in cybersecurity. She's in cybersecurity sales. She likes cooking, oil painting, and golfing. She's self-sufficient, resourceful, and witty. And she dislikes when people walk slowly right in front of her, when you open the door for someone and they don't say thank you, and when people are passive aggressive, like T. Most accomplishment she's most proud of: her parents let her borrow their 20-year-old Lexus SUV a few years back, and she immediately ran the passenger side door into a 4-foot tall concrete pole by making a sharp right turn and not seeing it in her blind spot. To fix the destroyed door, which would have cost more money than the car was worth, so she looked at websites of a few junkyards, found one that had 2000 gold Lexus LX 470, bargained it down to 750 to 400 and installed the new door on Thanksgiving Day. Aside from the passenger window now being tinted, it was like the accident never happened.
That's certainly not an answer I would have expected. Anyway.
It's not. It's a very interesting one from her. And something we would never know from looking at her, she thinks a lot of people think she's an unathletic girly girl, but her dad raised her to be the son he never had. She grew up racing dirt bikes and going fishing, going to fishing derbies, and at my high school's traditional junior versus senior girls powder puff football game. She put a girl in a headlock and tackled her to the ground, and there's a photo evidence apparently. It's funny.
Mm.
Who is her hero is her dad. He's the reason she's athletic, resourceful, and driven. He's decided to be the parent to her and her sister that he never had. And he's the best, so supportive, and he never lets a day go by without telling us he loves them. He's the reason she's in tech sales, and she always wanted to be just like him when she grew up. Past survivor, she wants to play the game like either Kely Wentworth or Joe Anglum. Joe was obviously an insane competitor at the individual challenges, but he also proved himself to be a necessary part of the tribe, and how resourceful he was. Both were generally likable people to their tribes. It's necessary to perform things like blind slides in order to keep yourself in the game, but I think Kely and Joe both played in a lawful enough way that wasn't anywhere near as manipulative as other people like Sandra or Tony. And why does she believe to be the sole survivor? In sales, she has to outwit people every day, and it helps having a high IQ. And she's always been way more emotionally intelligent than book smart. That's a huge attribute when interacting with other tribe members. Having a psychology degree and being in sales gives her great people skills and put her in a room with strangers and will leave as friends. She's good at connecting with people and making them feel comfortable enough to trust her, which is a key in the game of Survivor. Like she's a strong competitor, and she's like, don't judge me by my size. I will never give up on something that I want, and she's that stubborn that she does not like losing.
I like her a lot. The
Same.
one thing that I think is going to be really good with her is that she does have the very high EQ. So, like, she's going to understand human behavior very well.
IQ?
She has that psychology degree, and that she talks about like she wants to make people feel comfortable enough to trust her. And if they are, she'll probably be in the know about a bunch of like advantages and things like that. But I also like what she says about downplaying her more athletic ability. People think that she's not, very athletic in that way, but she actually is. And I think she's going to show up and like comps when they need her to because of that. So yeah, I have a lot of high hopes for Justine. I think out of the people on the tribe so far, she's probably the person that has stuck out the most to me. I really do think that she's kind of reminds me of sort of like Cassidy's strategy, where she wants to kind of downplay that more physical cyber, but it seems like she's going even further than that. She wants to do what she can to like really just get on people's good side to the point where that physical aspect they're not even going to really think about, and when it comes out, it's going to be so beneficial to them, they're not going to want to vote her out. So yeah, I mean, I see her doing super well. What do you think?
I agree, honestly. Like, I really like her, and she just seems like very iconic. And she's said she's a very big competitor because, like, she grew up doing a lot of like active and physical things because of her dad. Like he really helped her with that, and that could really be a good asset to her tribe. Very good with comps, and she can really like be a huge asset with that. I see her being very likable, just very social butterfly. She could win, honestly, or she at least makes it really far. I definitely see her making at least jury, and I'm super excited to see her play because she's pretty iconic.
All right, so really liking Justine a lot. We only have two more people to talk about. We're going to go ahead and talk about the next person here, which Ali, go ahead and talk about the next. Oh, wait, did you just talk about Justine?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about Naneka. Is that how you pronounce her name?
I think. I don't know.
Naneka. Anyway, she is age 43. She is from Weatherford, Texas. She currently resides in Weatherford, Texas. She also immigrated from Nigeria with 2 children and a third on the way. the oldest woman on the season as well. That is something to note. She likes traveling, biking, and
she's a
cooking.
pharmacist.
Yes, she's a pharmacist. 3 words to describe her are joyful, hardworking, and trustworthy. Pet peeves are mediocrity and laziness. Accomplishment she's most proud of is her family. Something that we would never know from looking at her is how tough, resilient, and determined she can be. Her hero is her father because of how much he's accomplished. She hopes to play like Suri because she loves to connect and do so easily. And she believes she can be the sole survivor because she believes she can accomplish anything that she sets her mind to. She can influence others to make decisions. They'll think it was their idea the whole time. She's very resilient too. It's not about how many times she fails, but that she gets up one more time. She believes that anything worth doing is worth doing well. So she gives it 100% always. I really like her energy a lot. I do wish that she gave a little bit more in terms of answers because I don't really feel like I know her all that well from looking at like her answers here, but she does seem like someone that is very excited to play. She seems like someone who is going to really like just give it her all. I like what she says about giving information to people and making it think that idea came from them. I think if she can do that well, then she'll do well. I do see her being one of the better people on this tribe because I'll say it right now, this is by far the weakest tribe for me right now. I think she's going to be one of the stronger people for sure. And I do see her doing well because of that. But what do you think?
I really like her, and she's another winner pick for me. Just like queen, honestly, queen shit. Like she's a mom. She's doing this for her family, and she just seems like a very likable, genuine person. And I can see her and Justine teaming up in a way, actually. Like I can see them being a duo on that tribe, and I can see them being like the ones who run it. Like, and I'm very excited to see her play because she's definitely someone that I can see making it super far, or at least or winning. Like, I really like her, and I'm excited.
All right, so I think we've said all we need to about Naneka. We're going to go ahead and talk about our last person here, which is definitely, I think, one of the people that sticks out the most. Allie, go ahead
Yeah.
and talk about Noelle.
She's another person I sparked some interest in, like another person prior to reading bios and
Yeah, me
everything.
too.
Noelle is 25. She's from Londonderry, New Hampshire, but she currently resides in Manchester, New Hampshire. She's a U.S. Paralympian. Like, love that. Her hobbies are snowboarding, traveling, and hanging with friends. She's tenacious, outgoing, and determined. She dislikes lazy people, slow drivers, and phony people, which is T.
Mm-hmm.
Accomplishment she's most proud of. After her leg was amputated in 2016, she never let it define her. She returned playing Division I lacrosse, and in just 2 years, she made the Tokyo Paralympic track and field team and set a new American record in the 100-meter dash. Something we would never know from looking at her. They don't like something people don't think when they see me is that I am a tremendous athlete. What a lot of people see when they look at me is my prosthetic, and they feel sorry for me and doubt my capabilities, and that is their first mistake.
We do not like the ableism.
No, we don't. Like Queen, like proved to them that like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who is her hero? Her mom is her hero and her best friend, her motivation, and everything she aspires to be. And she's the most selfless and caring person she knows, and she would not be where that she is today if it wasn't for her. She wants to play like a similar game like Kelly Wentworth on her second season. Her tribe mates didn't think she was a big threat, but she found hidden immunity idols and created blindsides to further herself in the game. And she feels like she can be the sole survivor because she has the ability to form friendships easily, and she will use that to her advantage to go far in the game. She's good at strategizing and adapting to an ever-changing environment, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to make it to the end. And if you present me the impossible, I will overcome it. I freaking adore her. Like,
Oh yeah.
I love her. She's very inspiring, and just I see her. Honestly, she's another winner pick, and like her story is just emotional and incredible, and she's just super strong, and she's just a very amazing person, it seems. And I love her name. And I just really like her. I don't see her being pre-merge. I see her making it far. connecting well with people, adapting, being strategic, and do well in challenges. And she's definitely going to like prove to people. And like, don't underestimate her. And she's just wonderful.
Yeah, this so Noelle, I absolutely adore. I think
Yes.
she honestly might be my winner pick heading into the overall season. I think she by far has the best story out of everyone.
Oh
Like
yeah, definitely.
if she gets to the end, I think she wins on story alone. But I think there will be other things that she does to not just focus on that story, like having her come into the game and being able to show her athletic abilities. She's going to prove that really anybody can do it, and that as long as
Yeah.
you set your mind to it, you can do that. And I think she's going to be a big inspiration for not just people who have been in like Paralympics and things like that, but people who have doubted themselves and say, I
Mhm.
can't do this. Like you look at
Yep.
Noelle, and if she can do it, I think that's something that she's really going to show
Oh
and
yeah,
showcase
definitely.
very well this season. But she also talks about her social abilities and how she's someone that is able to form friendships very easily. I think that that's really going to help her out on this tribe. She's going to use that to her advantage to go far in the game. I think she's going to be a real challenge asset as well. I think that she just has all the attributes of somebody that I think is going to do really well within this season. I think she's got the personality. I think she has the story. I think in terms of her strategic abilities, she said she's very adaptable and things like that. I just am really rooting hard for Noelle. I think she has so much potential. I think she definitely has a chance to be a really strong winner in this game. I think that she
Yes.
definitely is going to make it far this season. I don't see
Oh
her.
yeah.
I don't see her getting less than like final five. Like I see
Also,
her.
if she gets any hate, bye.
Yeah, I mean, as long as she's not like unlikable, which I hope she's not. But yeah, Noelle, I feel really good about heading into this season. I think she just really seems like she's going to do well. And like I said, her tribe is not the strongest. Like at least right now, looking at the makeup of her tribe, I would
I
say
can.
this
Oh
is.
yeah, I can see her and Nanika and Justine all like teaming up.
Yeah, I could also Dwight. I
Oh
could
yeah,
see
and Dwight too.
yeah, I could see all them teaming up. And I
Yeah.
think because of her tribe not being the strongest, I think that's actually going to be to her benefit because I think people will be that much more inclined to work with somebody like Noelle, who is
Yeah.
super active, who is always trying to make those connections. And I think she's going to do so well in this game because of it. So I have so much hope for her overall. And that's the cast. That is our cast
I
this has.
really like this cast. It's very
Yeah,
strong.
honestly, there's very few people that I honestly dislike, at least right now.
I mean, I don't dislike anybody.
Yeah,
There's
I
just people
think
that I don't love
that
as much.
and there's no one that I'm like, oh, I don't like this person at all. I think if I had to pick, like the strongest tribe, I think is gonna end up being the Coco tribe. I just see
Yeah.
like, you have people like Carla, you have people like James, you have
Cassidy.
yeah, Cassidy. I think they're going to be a really probably like the strongest tribe overall. And then I think the weakest tribe is that third tribe that we talked about. I'm just very unsure how they're going to do. I will say though,
Yeah.
I think the tribe that goes to tribe the most is actually maybe I could see the Baka tribe going to tribal a lot,
Oh
just
yeah,
because of
maybe.
like you just look up the makeup of this tribe, and I don't know if I see a lot of these people like really just gelling. I don't see that happening.
I
A
don't
lot of different
know.
personalities. I don't really know how that's going to go. But either way, I'm just really excited for this
Oh,
season.
also, I did just randomize our names, and you have first pick for our draft.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I forgot we were doing a draft. Um, but let me make
We
that
could.
real quick. What?
We could.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yes. It'll be fun.
If you want to say anything else while I make this draft.
Oh, sure. I'm just really excited for the season. Like, I think it's gonna be strong. Well, hopefully it's really good. Hopefully it's not like anything predictable or anything. But Survivor, like, they know how to put a cast together, and they just give it their all every time with this show. And I'm so excited. And We might do a live react. We'll see.
We probably will tomorrow.
I'm off work like right before, so maybe if we have time, but we'll see. It depends when I'm home and everything. But we'll at least like do a podcast, of course, for it.
I hope we do a live react. I don't want to take notes for a 2-hour episode. I would prefer to just do the live react if we can.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I have to log in.
Oh, no.
I had literally everything ready, and then it's just like, log in.
Log in. Also, stay tuned for more conversation with Kely stuff that are going to be coming up soon. Very
Maybe.
excited. No, it's not a maybe. It's a yes.
We'll see.
Yes. We're excited. We have a lot of stuff we're going to be covering.
Mm-hmm. Wish the fucking DQ would work.
Survivor 43. I just posted this on Twitter.
Oh, what did you post?
I just posted our cast assessment draft link.
Oh, I already posted something on there as well.
Okay, I just posted on my main Twitter.
Oh, that actually might help. I found a way to where their heads might not be cut off.
Ooh, good.
Because that always happens when we do these. Oh my god, I fixed it. Their heads aren't cut off. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and do this draft here.
Okay, who is your first pick?
Well, first of all, we don't need any of these tiers, so I'm just going to delete these rows.
You excited?
Yeah. My first pick's Noelle. I feel like I said enough.
Damn it.
I feel like she's going to do really well. I have a lot of hope for her. So, yeah, Noelle.
I was wanting her, but it's okay.
Noelle goes first. Who's your first pick?
Well, I was going to pick her, but I mean, you know what? I'll pick these other queens. I'm going to pick Mariah and Cassidy.
Fuck. Okay.
Because icons, like, they're amazing, and like I have high hopes for them. All these three girls, like these first three picks are just like super strong and like winner picks for sure.
Well, I'm gonna pick somebody that I was pretty impressed by, just like from their bio. I didn't know too much about them before we did this draft, but I have a lot of confidence in them for this season. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pick James.
Okay, good pick. And next one, yep.
Oh yeah, I do get you. The other person. Justine, why not?
Okay, good pick. All right, my next pick is going to be Carla.
Okay.
Because like I really liked her a lot, and I can't wait to see what she does.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm gonna go with Nanika.
Shit. Okay, that was gonna be the next one.
Because Queen. Icon.
Okay, I'm gonna do
high hopes, of course.
I'm gonna do Ellie next. I have a lot of hope for Ellie.
Okay.
So we're gonna go with that. And then who do I want next? Who do I want next? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of hope for him. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Owen.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hang on, do you have Carla on there twice?
There's some people who are here twice because I downloaded the picture twice.
Oh, that's funny. Oh yeah, so was Lindsay.
Lindsay's here twice. Carla's there twice. I think Cassidy's there twice.
Oh yeah, okay.
There's a few people who are there twice.
Who's left? What are the names?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
What's her name?
What are all these people's names again?
Janine.
Oh yeah.
Sammy. Mike. Gio. Ryan. Dwight's still up for grabs. Cody.
Yes. I'm gonna pick Dwight because
I should not have said that. I knew you were gonna do that the second I said that.
Isn't he such an icon though?
He is. I wanted him.
I'm sorry. I mean, look at the people that we picked. And then my next pick is gonna be Janine. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's wrong.
But like this cast is so good.
Okay, who's left? There aren't many people left that I have. The people that are left, I don't have much
confidence. I have the majority women.
If I'm being honest, I don't have much confidence left in the people that are left here.
Same.
I think
we stand this. Survivor knows how to make the cast diverse.
Oh yeah, this is a very good diverse. This is what diversity is in a cast, Big Brother.
Big Brother US, take notes.
Yes, this is how you do it.
Oh yeah.
I for some reason I don't have I think I forgot to download some pictures, so that's fun.
Wait, who are we missing?
Gio.
Oh.
I just realized Gio's not here. I'll pick Ryan. Why not?
Okay.
And then he's not here, but I'll pick Gio.
Okay.
So you have Jesse, Mike, and Cody, and Sammy.
Okay.
And Lindsay.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Mike just because he's kind of iconic and he's kind of hilarious. Like, just like his bio kind of made me chuckle a lot.
And why do you think you'll win Survivor? Yeah.
His excitement is iconic, and I love the hat. Like he's the hat king, and like the lime green is iconic too. And then I'm gonna pick. I'll go with Lindsay. Like,
okay,
a mom.
Okay, so which one of these three guys do I have the most confidence in, even though I don't have much confidence in any of them? I don't know. I think out of the three, I feel like Jesse will do the best. So I guess Jesse. Fuck it, I'll go with Cody. So I guess you have Sammy.
Okay. Sounds good. We stand these casts. I mean, this cast.
Yeah, okay, I'm just missing Gio. Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay, yeah. So you're just missing Gio, but you have him. Okay.
Yeah.
We love this. Woo!
Yes. So that is our draft. As you can see, I have Noelle, James, Justine, Ellie, forgetting his name.
Owen.
Owen, Ryan, Cody, and Gio, but he's not here, and Jesse. And then Ellie has Mariah, Cassidy, Carla, Naneka, Dwight. What was her name?
Shoot.
What was her name?
Shit. Let me look.
That's not her name. Janine.
I was getting it confused. I was getting Janine and Justine confused.
kind of similar sounding. Mike, Lindsay, and Sammy. So we will see how this cast does. I'm hoping this cast is going to be really good. I will say I don't have as much hope with this cast as I do with like 42. Like 42, I went in and I said this is gonna be a really great fucking cast. This cast is solid.
I mean, it's a strong cast, but we don't know how well they're gonna do.
Solid. It's a solid cast. I'm not like over the moon about it, but I'm also not like completely down in the dumps like I was with Big Brother 24. So yeah. Either way, that's it for this video. Always enjoyed doing these. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, comment down below. Let us know what you guys have to say in terms of the Survivor 43 picks. We will likely be doing a live stream tomorrow of the premiere. Hopefully we can get that done. But other than that, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And remember, couples who podcast together, stay together. See you guys later.